Stephanie, and a happy Thanksgiving Eve to you.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
What about Thanksgiving? It's going to be in our forecast. I'll talk about the weather conditions, and I'll show you right here, but I'll let everybody else know
They're
later.
going to
so you
want
have
to
to
stay for
tune
that.
in.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, Jerry, thank you. That full forecast in just a bit. Let's get to your top story this morning. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Thousands of Americans are traveling today, and depending on their routes, weather may be a challenge. Some travelers facing brutal snowstorms and blizzards today, an Arctic blast continuing across the northern part of the U.S. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says several roads near Fargo closed yesterday. At several major airports today, forecasters expecting possible travel delays and cancellations. That's the outlook, at least for Chicago, Boston, New York, and farther down the East Coast. The other concern today is the bitter cold. It's spreading east and south. We'll get into that more, as well as the West Coast weather outlook, which Jerry will talk about in his full forecast. But travel experts are expecting a record-breaking holiday rush this year. Millions of Americans are still expected to hit the roads or fly. And right here at home, thousands of travelers are making their way through Palm Springs International Airport. Our Brett Rosen has your travel outlook.
Bags are rolling. Engines are starting, and dozens of travelers are waiting at the baggage claim. It's holiday travel time at the Palm Springs International Airport. Many who are flying in or out say during holidays they make sure to plan ahead.
We always plan to come before the rush, so that helps with travel.
No issues with the traveling. We got busy the other day when we were here. Like, you can definitely tell people are in for the Thanksgiving season, and no, it's good. We came probably gave ourselves a good hour, so just to make sure. We didn't know how busy it was going to be because of the Thanksgiving season.
Airport officials say the busiest season is usually in March. Last year, the airport saw about 500,000 people come and go. This is a parking lot where many Uber and Lyft drivers sit, waiting to get a notification that someone needs a ride. It's full. Rideshare and cab drivers say this time of year can be stressful.
Seems like it's slowed down.
Steve Abersol drove all the way from Orange County, thinking he'd pick up more rides in the Coachella Valley. Instead, he's just waiting.
This is probably, I would say, 50% more than sitting here normally. Usually it's like partial rows, it's full.
Before, earlier in the month, it was pretty good, but this past week's been pretty weak. It just makes for longer waits. And when we get short rides, we have to eat that.
Officials say during peak travel times to arrive up to 2 hours early ahead of your flight. Prime parking fills up quickly, but there is an overflow lot.
So that's a shuttle service parking lot on Kirk Douglas Way. We want travelers to be aware that that may be an option for them that they will have to rely on, using that shuttle service and the overflow lot.
That was Brett Rosen reporting. Now, AAA is expecting 5.8 million people to hit the road this week. Across Southern California, drivers are already seeing heavy traffic as people make their way to their holiday gatherings. Transportation experts saying this Thanksgiving is shaping up to be one of the busiest travel periods in years, with congestion peaking on major routes like the 10 and the 60.
Tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving Day, is considered to be the best day to travel on the road and also on a flight. So we are just reminding drivers, make sure your vehicle's maintenance is up to date. Make sure you take your tires, your batteries, your windshield wipers. Also, it's very important that you fill up your tank. The Auto Club is getting ready to respond to close to 150,000 emergency roadside calls.
We spoke to travelers in Desert Hot Springs who pulled into local gas stations to take a break from the road.
How long have you been in the car?
Probably close to 4 hours. Today especially, it was horrible. We had GPS routed us side streets to avoid some of the traffic just to get back onto the freeway.
With travel times expected to remain heavy through this afternoon, officials are reminding drivers plan ahead, check road conditions, and of course, pack your patience. California Highway Patrol's maximum enforcement period begins this evening. Officers suggest designating a driver or setting up a rideshare service if you plan to drink or take anything that could lead to impairment. The enforcement period begins at 6 o'clock tonight. It lasts through Sunday evening.
Every officer that we have available to work on that day will be out there in view, looking to reduce the number of collisions that we have out there, reduce the number of DUIs that we have out there, and we just want everyone to get to their destination safely and then get back home safely.
CHP also wants to remind drivers to buckle up when you get in the car. And with Thanksgiving tomorrow, the Coachella Valley is buzzing with fun ways to celebrate, whether you're looking for some holiday magic, some family-friendly events, or just a relaxing night out. If you want to start Thanksgiving morning with energy and some community spirit, you can sign up for the Martha's Village and Kitchen Thanksgiving Day 5K. That's on El Paseo in Palm Desert. It gets started at 8 a.m. on Thursday. And an evening of holiday cheer with a wild desert twist. You can head to Wild Lights at the Living Desert in Palm Desert that officially got underway to the public last night. It's one of the Valley's top holiday events, and it runs through December 30th. Now, if you're in the mood for a festive drive-through light show, check out Magic of Lights at the Empire Polo Club in Indio. That runs through December 31st. I went and checked that one out this weekend. Lots of fun. Live look outside. This is our Agua Caliente casino camera, downtown Palm Springs. I don't think we could have drawn up a more gorgeous Thanksgiving Eve day for you. It's beautiful out there, Jerry. I will be making my way to Orange County to visit my grandma for Thanksgiving tomorrow, so I'm hoping to avoid all of that traffic.
Are you going to go over the river and then through
the woods? To grandmother's house I go.
That's on my directions
to
list.
Mission Viejo.
Yeah, I checked the rest of the nation for Thanksgiving Day, and we do indeed have the best weather for tomorrow in Southern California, including the Valley. 72 right now at Palm Springs, 25% relative humidity. Thermal, southeast end of the Valley, 71 degrees there, light winds. Checking the temps, 55, a little warm at Big Bear right now, 64 degrees at Yucca Valley, 74. Desert Hot Springs, 74 also at Coachella and Palm Desert, 71 degrees and sunshine at Cabazon. Winds, yeah, they have picked up. It's basically a Santa Ana wind flow, and it's pushing through the San Gorgonio Pass, so you got some strong winds offshore, 22-mile-an-hour gust at Cabazon, 28 at Banning, but nothing really happening here in the Coachella Valley. So high pressure keeping us above normal with those numbers. So low 80s today puts us about 7 degrees above normal on average for many of us in the valley. Dew points in the upper 30s, and we'll see 80 degrees for high in Palm Springs and Indio, 81 degrees Palm Desert, 82 Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage. Comfort Air 3-day forecast Thanksgiving. We'll see some high clouds thicken throughout the day, so filtered sunshine, but those are fair weather clouds, and 78 degrees for Palm Springs Friday. Lots of sunshine, upper 70s again. Full forecast, and that's 7 minutes away.
Jerry, thank you. Some continuing coverage this morning. 2 out of the 4 suspects identified in a deadly Indio shooting have been charged with first-degree murder and other offenses. Jonathan Rio Franco and Zachary Ashton Hamrick, both 19, were alongside 2 other individuals when they allegedly were involved in a roadside shooting last Thursday that killed a 33-year-old Indio man named Armando Mendoza Sr. Along with murder, both men are being charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. Hamrick is being held without bail at the Benoit Detention Center in Indio. Franco is tentatively due to be arraigned today. As for the other 2 suspects, Christian Espinoza was released on bond. George Anthony Diaz was released on his own recognizance as this investigation continues. And last night, it was opening night for Shucked at the McCallum Theater. The Tony Award-winning musical kicked off their Broadway series. It's a great time for the McCallum Theater. The venue was just as designated as members of the Broadway League, which is the national trade organization for presenters, producers, and the whole Broadway community, both in New York and on the road nationally. We heard from the newly appointed chief executive on what this designation means for him and us here locally.
We're so excited because at the McCallum, we're starting full weeks of shows. So instead of just a weekend of Broadway musicals, we're going to be having 8 performances. And this is raising the bar for what we present and what we hope to bring to the Coachella Valley.
Even more so.
Shucked runs until Sunday. We had the chance to see it last night. Some of the crew here at NBC Palm Springs, they say it was a very fun show. So if you're looking for a great way to kick off the holidays and really get the holiday weekend going, there are still some tickets available at McCallumtheater.org. Now, you've heard of Black Friday, but what about Black Saturday? It's happening November 29th at all Riverside County animal shelters. Adoptions are free on Saturday and Sunday at the Coachella Valley Animal Campus in Thousand Palms to help reduce overcrowded shelters. Adoption bundles include vaccines, spay and neuter, surgery, microchips, and an engraved ID tag. Doors open at 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. You can head to rcdas.org to browse their list of adoptable animals. Still ahead on your midday news, President Trump is heightening his fight with Democratic lawmakers. Now the FBI wants to interview the former military and intelligence officials behind that last week's controversial video. And let's take a live look outside our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Blue skies out there, and your Thanksgiving Day forecast is on the way. Jerry's got that and all those secret numbers he was sharing at the top of the hour still ahead, so stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. The fight between President Donald Trump and 6 Democratic lawmakers is escalating this morning. The FBI is now seeking to interview the former military and intelligence officials over the video they released last week, urging current officials to refuse illegal orders. Kelly O'Donnell has the latest from Florida.
President Trump in Florida for the Thanksgiving holiday as his fight intensifies with a group of Democratic lawmakers he labeled traitors over a video they made for men and women in uniform.
You can refuse illegal orders.
While the Democrats did not identify any specific military orders, their actions have now triggered a new FBI inquiry.
This is a scare tactic by him. He is attempting to use the FBI to scare us.
Officials say the FBI is seeking to interview those in the video. The president criticized the lawmakers' original video as seditious behavior punishable by death, though he later said he wasn't threatening death. Senator Mark Kelly speaking out overnight.
Isn't this the guy 2 months ago that said, we've got to stop this political violence issue? He didn't even make it to Thanksgiving.
But the White House arguing the Democrats' video undermines President Trump's authority as commander-in-chief.
They are trying to sow chaos and distrust, which is a very dangerous thing to do.
According to the Pentagon, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth asked the Navy Secretary to review Senator Kelly's comments in the video and report back to him in 2 weeks. Hegseth also labeling the group the Seditious Six, accusing them of a politically motivated influence operation. But Alaska Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski, a frequent Trump critic, defending her Democratic colleagues, writing in a post on X, the Department of Defense and FBI surely have more important priorities than this frivolous investigation.
That was Kelly O'Donnell reporting. Now, a Georgia prosecutor on Wednesday officially dropped the racketeering case against President Donald Trump. This is the mugshot you'll see in a second the president had to provide in August of 2023 at an Atlanta jail following the filing of state charges against Trump and 18 others after an investigation into his alleged interference in Georgia election results in 2021. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, an elected Democrat, initially launched that probe. She was later disqualified from the case, and a director of the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia took it over. In a Wednesday order, it was said legal hurdles in the case would have pushed any trial far into the next decade, and isolating the president's case from other co-defendants would be too costly and impractical. The so-called low hire, low fire market remains steady. For the third time in as many weeks, first-time claims for unemployment benefits dropped. U.S. Labor Department data shows a drop of 6,000 claims to roughly 216,000, the lowest number since April. Analysts say although initial claims haven't been rising on a weekly basis, it shows many Americans who have recently lost their jobs are having a hard time finding new ones. Jobless data is often revised, but it provides a glance at the overall labor market. Unemployment information for federal workers is tallied separately. Bringing you outside for a live look now. This is our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. The countdown to Thanksgiving is on, and Jerry's in right after the break with your full forecast, so stay with us.
Springs.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Be sure not to miss.
Like I said a few minutes earlier, the best weather in the country right here in Southern California, especially the Coachella Valley. Clear skies, Walter Clark 111 cam. Yesterday, above normal numbers, will be up there again today. Yesterday, 79 degrees the high in Palm Springs, and our average temp is 74. So we're going to be above that the next couple of days. But things change moving into a new week. More on that coming up. 74 degrees at Desert Hot Springs, Thousand Palms, 72 at Indio under sunshine. Not just us in the Coachella Valley, much of Southern California under totally clear skies, visible satellite, not seeing anything. Even over the Pacific, usually you see a few clouds there, not even there, at least our immediate coastline looking pretty good. Radar quiet over the Coachella Valley and Southern California, but the unsettled weather of all the United States, the lower 48. We're looking at the Great Lakes states. Look at all the snow there, all part of a system that's dragging through the area. And numerous watches and warnings, winter weather advisories, blizzard warnings for the UP. So Michigan and Wisconsin getting the bulk of the winter weather. High pressure for us, though, keeping us above normal with the temps. We have Santa Ana wind flow, which will get a little gusty late in the day, but only in certain areas. 80 degrees, that'll be the high today under sunshine for Palm Springs and Indio. 81 this afternoon, Palm Desert. Overnight lows, 50s for most of us, but a little cooler. If you're below sea level, southeast end of the valley, you're going to see some 40s late tonight. High pressure still with us, weakening a little bit, and high clouds begin to move in. So upper 70s for highs, still above normal as we move into Thanksgiving afternoon. 77s, 78s, and 79s under high clouds for the Coachella Valley. And then Black Friday, still upper 70s, around 80 degrees for the valley, but lots of sunshine. Wind's not really an issue over the next few days, and surface moisture remains steady with dew points primarily in the 40s through this coming weekend. Okay, advance to Sunday. This is when a system moves through the area. Most of the energy with this will stay close to the low pressure center, well to the northeast of us. Could get some light sprinkles along the coast according to the GFS forecast, but temps go down. Low to middle 70s for the temperatures for highs in the valley. And you can see just a smattering of showers for Southern California, according to the ensemble forecast. Nothing for the Coachella Valley, maybe some sprinkles in the mountains at best. 72 degrees in the back end of that system on Sunday, so cooler weather's on the way. 74 degrees at Indio under mostly sunny skies. Comfort Air 7-day forecast. Yeah, highs in the low 80s today. A lot of sunshine, a few high clouds sneaking in late tonight, but then overcast conditions as far as high clouds are concerned, fair weather clouds, and upper 70s on Thanksgiving. Black Friday, 78 degrees, lots of sunshine. Then we see the numbers back off. Sunday, 72, 73 Monday.
Today we'll be talking about building trust as the season of giving begins with Allstate and local nonprofits. Teaming up with the Aspen Institute, they've launched the Trust in Practice Awards, a $5 million grant program supporting projects that brings communities together. Here to tell us more is the Director of Thought Leadership at Allstate, Louise Packard. Welcome, Louise.
I'm glad to be here.
So why is trust such an important part of creating stronger communities?
Trust is essential to strong and healthy communities, but unfortunately, trust is in decline. Recent Allstate research shows only 41% of Americans trust one another, consistent with research that has showed a broader trust decline over the last 3 decades. And we know trust also builds community support. So people who are more likely to be trusting are also more likely to help one another, which creates a culture of care and mutual aid. This is important to Allstate because trust happens at the local level. Initiatives that build trust in our neighborhoods, our schools, our community organizations really create the groundwork for broader societal resilience and unity. The good news is 74% of Americans feel optimistic about the future of their local community, and local community trust drives national strength. High levels of local and individual trust are all linked to really positive outcomes, like a more prosperous economy, a healthier democracy, more civic engagement, and social cohesion.
So, how are the Trust in Practice Awards helping these nonprofits build the trust?
The Trust in Practice Awards support nonprofit organizations that are coming up with new, bold, innovative ideas to tackle trust in their local community and help rebuild it. Selected organizations will receive at least $100,000 up to $1 million to accelerate their efforts.
And what kind of projects or partnerships are eligible for these grants?
We're really looking to the organizations to come up with those innovative and bold projects. So the partnership element is key. Each application should be submitted by a lead nonprofit organization that can demonstrate they're collaborating with at least 2 other partner nonprofit organizations on rebuilding trust in their community. So intergenerational volunteering, bringing different groups together to bridge divides, and civic engagement.
So, how can simple everyday actions help rebuild trust where we live?
Rebuilding trust is not only good for our communities, it's good for ourselves. High degrees of trust create greater satisfaction with your community, create more social interaction, and a stronger willingness to work with people despite differences. But those everyday actions are key. Volunteering, lending your neighbor a helping hand, something as simple as having a conversation with someone you normally wouldn't. While these actions seem small, they have a multiplying effect that creates stronger community ties and unity.
And where would we be able to go for more information about all of this?
The Alliance for Social Trust website. The Alliance for Social Trust is an initiative of Allstate and Aspen Institute, and our website is where you can find the grant application and stories of local trust building to draw inspiration from.
Thank you so much for being here, Louise, and for all of this insightful information. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Gianna.
We'll be right back.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Okay, before we go, we have some time-lapse video to show you. The scaffolding around the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree being removed today, or this was actually yesterday. It's a 75-foot tall Norway spruce from the upstate town of East Greenbush, a suburb of Albany. The big tree lighting is just 1 week away. It's December 3rd, which is on Wednesday.
Yeah, you think putting them up is a chore. Taking them down is even worse.
Don't want that
I
job.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, Thanksgiving forecast for tomorrow for the Coachella Valley. We're looking at partly cloudy skies, a lot of high clouds, 75 for high, 70 degrees at 5 p.m. And then on Black Friday, for shoppers, we're looking at pleasant weather too, 79 degrees if you're shopping at Palm Desert. Cabazon 74, plenty of sunshine on Friday.
Perfect. Eating, shopping, sunshine.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great
By
week.
the way, I wear a medium.
Oh, yes. Oh, I've already got your gift. We'll see you at 5 and 6.